What's good, y'all? Ayezo back with another video. Hope y'all doing well out there. Today, let's talk about why you can't quit smoking weed. Why you having a hard time quitting cold turkey. Alright, so let's get right into it. If you already made it through the journey, you already got through your quitting weed journey, you feel good without weed in your life, share your experience down below. You might can help somebody out. Alright, so let's get right into it. Why you can't quit smoking weed cold turkey. First reason. I've been through this. A lot of us go through this stage. We make excuses. We think of any type of excuse that allows us to keep smoking weed. For example, some of them that I used to deal with. Thanksgiving is this weekend. This week I gotta smoke with my cousins. I gotta eat all that food high. I gotta get high. I can't let all that food go to waste. That's just one excuse I used to deal with. You might deal with my birthday is next month. I gotta smoke for my birthday. Vacation next week. I gotta smoke on vacation. I can't go on vacation without getting high. You might think like, oh, it's a kickback this weekend. It's a party this weekend. I gotta get high. Everybody gonna be in there smoking. Everybody gonna be in there rolling up. I gotta do it too. These are just some excuses that you might say or think. I deal with it too. A lot of us deal with it, but you gotta cut the excuses. You gotta be real with yourself. If you think weed is holding you back, or weed is holding you back, and you know what you gotta do, it ain't no point of waiting until next week, next month, next year. Ain't no point. Just get to it, man. Just do it. Ain't no point of waiting. Ain't no point of pushing it back. You know what I mean? So, yeah, be real with yourself. Be 100 with yourself. Like I say, everybody don't have to quit smoking weed. If you feel like it's holding you back, then you should quit. If you don't, keep doing you. I just share my experience with y'all. Let y'all know that my life has improved since I put down the weed. Since I was smoking for 7 years. Ever since I put it down, my life has improved. If you want to hear more about that, how my life has changed since I put down the weed, check out my video, Why I Stopped Smoking Weed. Alright. Next up, next reason that might be holding you back from quitting weed. You might be afraid, You might be afraid of the future. You might be afraid of withdrawals. A lot of us go through the withdrawal stage. Some that I dealt with were I couldn't eat, I wasn't interested in eating, I couldn't sleep. I used to be up all night. Sometimes if I went to sleep, I would wake up sweating, Those are some withdrawals I went through. Let me know some withdrawals that you go through if you made it through the journey or you on the journey right now. Let us know how you got through it. Share it with somebody, you can help somebody else out. But those are some that I went through, and you just got to accept it, You got accustomed to smoking weed every day. Your body got used to having THC in your body, so you got to get used to it without it, You got to get used to it. You got to accept that withdrawal stage is going to come, You got to get through it as best you can. If you got workout before you go to sleep so you can get some sleep, if you got to force yourself to eat some fruit or something, just do what you got to do to get through those withdrawals, Everybody go through it, but you can get through it, Keep pushing, stay focused on your why. Stay focused on your reason why, alright? Next reason that might be holding you back from quitting weed, you got to plan ahead, You got to plan ahead. Like any addiction, the same amount of time is in the day. So once you cut that out your life, you will have free time. Me, like I'll let y'all know in other videos, I filled my time with, learning, adding knowledge to myself. Like they say, knowledge is power. Add some knowledge to yourself, man. Find something to do in your spare time. This is a good opportunity for you. Just look at it like this. This is a good opportunity for you to become obsessed with your goals, All this free time you're going to have since you're not smoking weed. I mean, if you smoking weed like I was, every day, you're going to have a lot of free time, So this is a good time for you to become obsessed with your goals. Obsessed with becoming a better version of yourself. Look forward to the future, Stop looking at the past. Don't go into this sad state of looking at the past, thinking that all your good times are in the past. Look towards the future, So many good things are coming your way because you made this decision, because you're going through with it, I know it ain't easy. It ain't always easy, but you can do it, Look at all these other stories, all these other YouTubers, or maybe somebody in your life that was smoking weed for years, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. They made it through. They got through it. You gotta look at these videos, these people, and feel inspired by it. Just know that if they can do it, you can do it too. That's what I'm here to tell you. That's what we here to tell you. Everybody else that's been through this journey, If we can do it, you can do it too. So plan ahead, man. Make sure you got something to do in that spare time. For real, it's gonna affect you a lot. If you want to work out in that spare time, do that. Also, like when I was quitting weed, like when I quit weed, but I picked back up the weed, a lot of times because I ain't had nothing to do in that spare time, I felt bored, All I really had in my life was working, a girl, and weed. So once I cut weed out and I'm not with my girl or I'm not at work, I ain't had nothing to do, you know. So I had to find something to do, you know. Now I got something to do, you know. I'm just pursuing my goals, trying to become better every day. You got to plan ahead. You got to have a plan. All right. If not, it might be hard for you to stick with it, you know. Next reason that might be holding you back from quitting weed: the story you tell yourself. You know, you got to change the story that you're telling yourself. If you're telling yourself life is amazing with weed and you can't live without weed, you got to change that story. You got to start looking at the future. Start looking at life without weed in a positive light. Like I say, look at all the things that's coming towards you. You can have more time on your hands, more time to focus on your goals, better health. You know, you're going to be back feeling complete without a substance in your life. There's so many good things that can be coming your way because you're making this decision. So you got to look toward the future. You got to start looking at life without weed in a good way. You know, you got to start looking. Just think about it. Like, do you want to be somebody that depends on something, depends on a substance for your happiness to function? I'm pretty sure you don't. You know, you got to make that decision. You got to change your story. You know, your story is pretty much going to give you motivation throughout the whole journey. Your why and your story, they helped me out a lot. You know, I told myself I'm excited to see what life is like without weed. I've been smoking weed all these years. I'm seeing where it get me. Yeah, I had a lot of good times, a lot of good eats, a lot of good experiences, you know. But I'm excited to see what else is in store, what else is out there besides weed. You know, you got to change that story. Be excited for what's to come, you know. Look forward to the future. Whatever your reason is why, start to visualize what it's like already being here, you know. Maybe you're doing it for a better job. Maybe you're doing it so you can get an apartment, because that's what I was doing. I was visualizing myself already in my apartment, you know. Just start to do things. Just start to focus on the future and where you plan on being since you're putting down the weed, you know what I mean? So, yeah, also back towards that plan ahead thing. One thing that I was doing, because a lot of people say that they smoke weed to keep them calm in situations. One thing, I wasn't really having that problem, but I did feel a little bit irritant though. But one thing that I started to do was meditate more. You know, I started to wake up in the morning, instead of thinking about rolling a J, I would meditate, you know. When I get off of work, instead of thinking about rolling a J, I would meditate. You know, it helped me out to stay calm in situations, stay in this relaxed state that's similar to getting high, you know. So yeah, that's just a side note right there. But yeah, man, make sure you change the story. Make sure you start to look at your life in a positive light. Look at your future in a positive light. Look at everything that you're attracting because you're putting down the weed. Better health, more money, more focus, you know, taking care of your body, loving yourself because you want a better future for yourself, you know. Last but not least, like they say, birds of a feather flock together. So you might have to, I'm not gonna say you have to, but you may have to remove yourself from people that smoke weed. You might have to spend some time alone. You know, if your circle, everybody in your circle smoke weed, you might have to learn to be alone for a little while, you know. Let them know, I'm not smoking weed no more. I don't want to be around it. I want to put myself in that situation. They should understand you, you know. If somebody is rooting for you to win, to improve your life, they're going to understand you, you know. They're going to understand you. They're going to encourage you on your journey, you know. They're going to understand that they on their journey, you on your journey, you know. If you feel like your life will be better without it, they should be happy for you, you know. They should be happy that you're taking that step. Don't be afraid to separate yourself. You know, a lot of y'all, you can't separate yourself. You can't be alone, so you always get sucked back in. You always get sucked back into your bad habits. Something that you know, well, weed, for example. Something that you know is not improving your life. You know, if you guys separate yourself, do that, bro. Love yourself. Do this for yourself. If somebody look at you funny because you putting down the weed, just know that they just might not be rooting for you to win in life, you know? Because if you know putting down the weed will improve your life and you let them know that and they don't root for you, then it's a problem right there, you feel me? But you deal with that how you going to deal with it. You know, me, I did separate myself, but I didn't feel like I had to, but I wanted to, you know. I wanted to just to stay focused as best I can. You know, it ain't a must, but I chose to separate myself from people that smoke weed just so I can stay focused. Not because I was going to give into temptation, but I just wanted to stay focused. Now, in the past, when I did quit weed temporarily, I still hung around people that smoke weed, you know. I didn't get tempted, but it was on my mind more, you know what I mean? I started having those thoughts like, maybe it's not so bad to smoke weed. Maybe I could just smoke it here and there. Like, those thoughts started to creep back in once I hung around people that did smoke weed when I was trying to quit. But when I quit for good and I just separated myself, none of those thoughts was in my mind, you feel me? I was focused on where I was going, focused on my future, focused on my why. you know. Let me know your why you putting down the weed. But just think about all these benefits that's gonna come to you once you put down the weed. You know, better health, more money, more focus. Some of y'all might say weed doesn't hold you back, and that's cool. You know, live your life how you want. But this is for the people that want to quit weed. They want some advice, want some quick tips. So share y'all experience down below, man. And let me know if this video was helpful. Subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next one, man. Peace.